Hey guys, this is Greg Woods with the Idaho State Journal. This is Brad Vogger, our guest columnist and ISU historian and everything in between. We just got done talking to Cody Hawkins, the new ISU football head coach, and did his presser, talked to us on the side, and got to know him a little bit that way. Very exciting time. There's 1,002 people in this room. Obviously, they're pretty excited about this hire. Brad, tell me just kind of off the bat, what was your kind of immediate reaction to getting to know him a little bit?
Well, Greg, I think the first thing that comes out loud and clear is his caring about people and about his players. And I think that's critical because, as we all know, the last coach who left here left a lot of bruises. And I think there was a real effort to emphasize on both Coach Hawkins' part and also the ISU administrators who are here today, his humanity and his caring for his players and how important it is for him to have a relationship with these young men that he's going to be bringing into the program. Mm-hmm. That came out very loud and very clear. And then just the positivity that we heard from Coach Hawkins, trying to sell Pocatello and Idaho State as a program has never been an easy thing to do. You have to be a good salesperson. You have to be upbeat, high energy, and very positive. And I think Cody Hawkins meets all of those things. Mm. Now, of course, there are absolutely no guarantees. He certainly didn't offer any guarantees. He didn't say we're going to go out and win tomorrow. We're going to be a powerhouse. What he said was, we're going to put a best foot forward and take advantage of the opportunities that we have. So I was very impressed. Everybody I talked to here tonight, and I talked to a lot of people like Mike Machurik, the former Bengal quarterback, Kent Marbo, who played football here, Jason Meter, who played football here. A lot of people were very impressed with him, and I think I think Idaho State did what they needed to do as far as his hire is concerned, and now the proof, of course, is in the pudding. Mm-hmm.
I think one thing that I noticed pretty loud and clear as well is that how much it's about the kids to him. I just think something that I just kept noticing was that as much as he is excited to be the coach and the next head coach, he really cares about these guys in the back who are the players and the kids and trying to make sure that they are loved. And I wonder how much, I'm sure you did plenty of research on this place and what they've been through, but I wonder how much is based on kind of what these guys have been through in the past and making sure that he approaches them in a way that is conducive to winning and conducive to making them feel welcome around the program. So that was something that I noticed as well. I was also pretty excited about his willingness to air it out just on the field. I know that's a long way off, and it's not till September of next year, but like you said earlier, you had to score to win in the Big Sky. And obviously, these guys, did not have a good time doing that last year. And so it's also, interesting that he wants to take advantage of Holt being indoor.
Yes.
Which, it's almost so simple that you don't even notice it because it's right there in front of your face. But yeah, he wants to take advantage of being indoor, being able to air it out. Last year's team, I think, was pretty run heavy, run first. To different results, obviously, and so I think when you get an offensive mind like Hawkins, a guy that is offense first, is not afraid to air it out. I mean, he's former quarterback, never lost in high school, by the way. I don't know if you guys ever noticed that, but 40-0, it's unreal. I still can't believe that. I think that goes from when he became a middle schooler, even until he graduated. So it's just a long time of winning for him. So I'm excited to see the way they play next year, and I think that'll be pretty exciting too.
Yeah, the UC Davis offense is really fun, and as I said in my column that was published today, I'm not an expert on offensive strategy, but I know what I like. Yeah. And it's a very fun offense. He utilizes everybody on the field. His leading receiver was his running back. And he had a great running back this year who rushed for over 1,000 yards, I think, for 4 straight seasons. So his offense is fun, it's varied, it's imaginative. Now, it's not going to be all of that in a bag of chips next year because he's going to, it's going to take time to build. He's got to go out and find players that can execute and compete at this level. And, some of the Bengals' best players are in the portal right now, the transfer portal. But, I've often said when Larry Lewis came to Pocatello in the late 90s, his first couple of years, they won 2 or 3 games, but you could see the blueprint of where they were going. They were throwing the ball 50 times a game. They had good receivers, good quarterbacks right at the beginning, and then they built around that. And I fully expect to see more imagination and more versatility in this offense next year. Will it be a great offense in that first year? Probably not, but it will give us an idea and a blueprint for where they're going.
I'm also curious to excuse me. I'm also curious to see how he handles his staff. I know he doesn't want to be too public about that, but I'm only so intrigued by it because I don't think it's fair to judge a lot of these coaches by the way this year went or last year went for ISU. I mean, their starting quarterback was out for all of 2 games. Their best receiver was suspended for the last game. Their starting running back was out a couple of games, which is just the way it goes in college football. But I'm just curious to see like how much he values the way last year went in terms of deciding who he wants to retain and who he doesn't. No, obviously he didn't want to share too many details about that. I don't even he might not be even decided by now. But it's also interesting because his dad is the head coach at UC Davis. So, and obviously a lot of coaches like to pull from their previous schools, and I'm curious to see how that goes because he wasn't the head coach at UC Davis,
right?
So it's not like he has the final say about a lot of these guys. But that's something that's more like a housekeeping note, but it's something I'm really interested to see.
Well, he said at the end of our presser that he believes in diversity, that you need a diverse coaching staff. And he went through all of the ways coaching staffs can be diverse: old, young, experienced, energetic, LDS, Christian, non-denominational, ethnic diversity, all of those things. And I think that's a very important point, is when you're recruiting from a diverse base. And so he feels the need to have a diverse coaching staff. How many of the current coaches fit into that box? I don't know. He also said that he's probably going to be his own offensive coordinator. He'll be calling the plays. That's what he does best. That's his area of expertise, and obviously you want to maximize that. So that to me says that he's not looking to keep a current offensive coordinator, for example, as an offensive coordinator. He might keep him as something else, a wide receiver coach or a quarterback coach or whatever. But he's going to interview the coaches who are here. I'm sure he's got people in mind that he wants to bring with him. I've never known a new coach coming in that didn't have somebody in mind that he wanted to bring with him. So those things will start to take shape over the next couple of weeks.
Well, you have to use his kids to recruit. I know that's something you were kind of shouting at him as he left, but these 2 kids were very involved in the press conference up here, running back and forth, and very cute kids. So I'm sure he'll use that as a recruiting tool as well.
And the thing about it was when his little 3.5-year-old daughter, and I don't know how old his son is, but he's very little. When they came up to the podium, he didn't say, "Okay, kids, you need to go sit down," or "Mom, come get the kids." He picked them up and held them and made them part of the press conference and part of the experience. And I think that says a lot about what kind of a guy Cody Hawkins is. And if nothing else, I came away with a very warm feeling about who he is as a human being. And I think that's going to be really important to his success here.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I think that's about it from us too. Thank you for tuning in. This is kind of our first foray into some video reaction, but as long as you're around, I would love to keep doing this.
My pleasure.
So we will call it here, and we'll see you guys next time.